Hey, I'm back on the trail. So I'm here in Pearisburg, West Virginia, Virginia. Started at cemetery parking. It's not even 6:30 in the morning yet. Trying to get a head start to beat some of the heat because it's July. I'm gonna go, the plan is to do 8.5 miles today. It's mostly uphill today. And then there's a tent site that's supposed to have water. About a week ago and far out, somebody reported that it's a slow trickle, but it's still there. But water right now is definitely an issue on the trail. So I'm packing, my bag is lighter. I don't have as many, I don't need any winter clothes or whatever, right? So, but I had to pack extra water because I'm not sure what I'm gonna get. And my shuttle driver today, gosh, he's great, Don Rains. When we parked, my car is 20 miles from here. So I'm doing 8.5 today, 11.5 the next day. But he brought water with him, put 3 in my car, and was just to make sure I had water, I guess, when I get off. And he made me stop at Hardee's. Well, I had to go potty anyhow. But he's like, get something to drink while you're there. So I chugged a small glass of water. And he was just basically encouraging me, if not instilling the fear of God in me, to conserve my water until I know for sure that there's water available at the water sources, and basically suggested, that if there isn't water, I might want to consider just doing the full 20 miles in one day so I can get out of here. 14.5 with the full pack is the most I've ever done, and that was on easy terrain, which I think once I get on top of Peters Mountain, it's not going to be bad. But this is mostly up today, so I guess once I get up there, but gosh, I don't know. I can just do what I can do. There's another water source before where I'm staying, and I think it still has a flow. So what I might do is just, number one, make sure I don't miss any of the few that there are. And I can always camel up there if there's water, in case there's not on top of the ridge. Yeah, okay, here we go. So right now I'm on the bridge in Pearisburg. Going over what I believe is the new river. If it's not, I'll put something in, I'll type something in there. I think that mountain in front of us is the ridge we're going to be on for most of our trip. The top of it's still in clouds right now, but I'm pretty sure that's where we're going anyhow. Okay, so I bet I'm not even a mile into this, and I just saw my first bear on a solo hike. It was a cub climbing down a tree. So I want to be a little bit careful. Of course, I don't want to be in between I'm out here. I don't want to be in between a cub and a mama. Yeah. It wasn't tiny, but it was young. Over here. They're right. See that? It's right over that little hill. And I'm not gonna climb up that hill to look. I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah, that's cool. I just need to keep going. I don't even want to know, to be honest. It'd be different if I was in the safety of my vehicle or with a crowd of people. Oh my God. Yeah, I think nothing. Okay. I've been a little nervous about bears today because just close to where I'm staying, there was comments on Far Out about a mom and 2 cubs. Oh my God. But yeah, I just saw my first bear on a solo hike. Oh, jeez. Okay. That's cool. Okay. So you're definitely gonna want to make sure you have bug spray on through this section, because like, look at this. Oh my gosh, every time I hear a noise now, I'm like tripping out that it's a bear. Like, look at this path. It's not, yeah, like, doesn't look like a path, does it? So I'm just gonna make sure that I'm not gonna step on any snakes or, oh yeah, definitely have used some bug spray when you're gonna do this section. Oh boy. So I'm at, this is called Landfill Road. If you see behind me, it says non-potable water, do not drink, which it's dried up anyhow. But I'm 1.7 miles in. I've been out for about an hour. Getting ready to go back up. I always wonder about when you see water sources that are like, you know, you can't even filter this water, it's so contaminated. Like, what about the wildlife? They don't know that. Anyhow, another train going by. So here we go. So I'm at this part of the trail. I don't know what that is. There's like a clearing there. And see, there, that sign says posted, and then back there, there's a sign that said posted, and it said poopy money, but didn't use the word poop. But like, I'm walking right along this fence. So I'm wondering if it's, you know, that one old dirt road was called Landfill Road. So I'm just wondering if that's something like, if that's a landfill beside me. Actually, I think it probably is. But my Far Out app does this thing that when once I get out here, it'll still show me the trail, but it really won't show me what's around me. I'm not sure what to do to fix that, but it does it to me every single time. It could be because I'm on airplane mode on my phone. There's a camper right there, so that's interesting too. See, that's definitely a landfill. Like that. Let's just look, see that. I'm gonna just keep this on while I walk through here. So at some point in this trail, and I don't think it's yet now because we're at a landfill. Look, like there's a fence there. That must be private property. And then a camper. And then over there's a landfill. Yuck, yuck. But I think at some point, especially when I'm on the ridge, if not sooner, I get to the point where on the left of me will be West Virginia, and then on the right of me will be Virginia, and the trail will just kind of weave out of the state border throughout the day. Boy, I bet this clearing to the right of me is pretty. If I could just, let's see what I can get. I can't really see. There's some views coming up, so I'm not gonna work too. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. Sorry I didn't get the bear on video, but that was definitely some bear scat, so maybe we'll be seeing some more. Okay. So I'm sure, oh my God. I'm freaking out because, you know, I just showed you that bear scat, and then We've already seen one bear, right? So directly on top of me, like 5 feet ago, like there was this huge noise in the tree, like it was way too, whatever it was way too big to be a bird, unless we still have like pterodactyls flying around. Oh my God. So I just am pure, oh my God, I screamed like a little kid. So hopefully someone heard me. They don't think there's something wrong. But it scared the crap out of me. Like it was, oh my God. Oh my God, how am I gonna even sleep tonight? I don't know. Oh my God. It was like right above me. Like it gave me the impression of like a bird. Like in my mind I could just see this bird landing on a tree that there was a bear in it, because it was like and then me screaming in a high soprano, even though I'm not a soprano. Oh my God. Anyhow, hopefully they don't think somebody's in trouble up here, because I'm still by this stupid landfill. Oh my God. So the places that said there was bear sightings is still like, oh my God, probably still 5 miles in front of me. Anyhow, I'm breathing heavy because I am going uphill. It's a nice gradual up though. And I'm also breathing heavy because I freaked out back there. Oh my God, I freaked out. Lord, what's wrong with me? Yeah. We'll see how this day goes. It's still morning. So there's a tree stand. So somebody must be hunting out here. I really thought that you were not supposed to hunt within a certain amount of foot of the trail, but I don't know. What do I know? As long as they ain't shooting me, I guess I don't care. So anyhow, I'm gonna keep the video just pointing at the trail so you can kind of see the trail, but I want to talk to you about a verse today. And this is in Luke chapter 19. And I don't know the verse, but it's towards the end. Maybe it's 18, but I'm probably just making that up. But it's after the triumphal entry. So, you know, Jesus rides into town on a donkey, and people complain about people worshiping him. And he's like, you know, well, if they hold their peace, the rocks will cry out. You know, everybody knows that story, right? So I don't think when I read that, I don't normally read it from Luke, because I was reading it this morning. Can you tell I keep turning around, making sure there's nothing behind me? And so it's the part where Jesus looks over Jerusalem and begins to weep for the city. And he says, and I'm paraphrasing, but he basically says, like, oh my goodness, maybe I should have put it up before I did this, but he's like, you had this opportunity for peace and you didn't, and now it's too late, is what he says, basically. And it's because they didn't believe on him. But if you read that and then read it in the easy to read version, and I just thought, wow. So first of all, I feel like lately that God has been dealing with me about learning how to really find peace in every day. And I think sometimes we look for peace in all the wrong places. And I guess I'm still learning. But one thing that I feel like God has taught me so far about this is like your peace. It's not about like, I mean, sometimes we get stressed out about something and we pray, and we think, that God, if we pray hard enough, he'll do what we want him to do, because surely what we want is the right thing, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like God the scripture says that nothing will separate us from his love. And so, you know what? There's people in horrible tragedy right now, right? So our peace can't be in our circumstances. Our peace can't be, oh, if I'm a good enough Christian, then I get my way on everything. That's not what it is. My peace is knowing that no matter what I go through, nothing will separate me from his love. And that's why we can have peace in the midst of the storm. Jesus was able to sleep through a storm. And there's a verse in Psalms that says, I will both lay down and sleep in peace. This is not a direct quote either. It said, and then it goes on to say something about, because my safety is basically up to the Lord, or it's in the hands of the Lord. So that's kind of what I'm trying to pursue at this point in my life. Is just peace in him. And honestly, it's a worthy pursuit. Okay. So I'm doing a down, and then I have a big up right before a rice field shelter. I think that's what it's called. I thought this whole day was going to be kind of hard, because I thought it was all up, and it kind of is, except it's been real gradual. It's not been bad at all. My driver told me, because I said something about that, like, today would be a lot of up. He just said he didn't think it got bad until right before that shelter. So I think this up that I have after I get down here, it might get a little steep, but I'm just glad that so far it's been pretty cool. Oh, this is really pretty. Oh, hold on, let me see. Let me just show you that. I love how that is, like, right there. I don't know. I just like little spots in the trail like that. And, yep, that's all I know. So I think this is called Clendenin and maybe Pocahontas Road. It always feels good, like when you've been, look at that, it almost looks like a rain cloud, don't it? It's not supposed to rain. But it feels good when you've been in the woods for a while, when you come out and there's like a clearing. It's just like, ah. So I guess the trail goes on private property for the next, what did that say? I don't know. A little bit. I just need to make sure I don't see a sign for it. I don't see the blaze. I'm guessing it's over here. I probably need to get out my far out at, make sure. Yeah, this is just, let's see if it's on this road. Oh, look at that's kind of pretty. I love Appalachia. I really do. Here's some berries. I'm not sure what kind of berries these are, but I'll take a picture and see if my iPhone will tell me. I just saw an article. There was some kind of berry that they're saying is actually invasive, and that I can't remember where it was even at, but they were telling hikers, like, to please pick them and eat them. There is a little bit of water flowing right here. Definitely that's enough that you could filter. I'm not gonna stop because I really don't need it. So I'm getting really close to where I was going to camp. I was gonna camp 8.5 in, and I bet you I'm like less than 2 miles from it. But I want to show you, this is the second water source that I passed that's bone dry. So I'm not out of water. I'm not really in danger at this point of being out of water. But if I get to the campsite and there's no water source, I'm probably not gonna stay. It's only like noon anyhow. Which it would be cool to just be able to hang out at a campsite for once, but I just don't want to waste all that time. Like, I don't want to get in a position where I'm out of water and far away from water. So anyhow, that's what I'm thinking. So this looks hopeful. If you look back there, that white pipe is just a few feet up from that black one. When I got on far out to post that it was dry, I saw somebody say there's another white pipe, so it still has a consistent flow. I didn't get water because frankly I still have plenty, but that makes me hopeful that there'll be water at the campsite. I guess I can kick myself if there's not. Oh my goodness, this is kind of neat. I'm coming out in this clearing. I'm really so tired. I'm looking forward to a break. But yeah, this is cool. So I'm going to consider myself on top of Peters Mountain at this point. But I'll tell you what feels nice is this breeze. You would think for July it's great. It's really not too hot. I mean, if I didn't have this huge pack on, it would be perfect. It's really just perfect up here. The breeze just makes it great. Oh, and hey, guess what? There's the shelter. So this is Brycefield, and then that is Brycefield Shelter. So thank God, I'm gonna take me a nice break on this beautiful open meadow. So I don't even think I'm gonna go to the actual shelter. There's the shelter, and there's a privy behind it. But oh my God, it's so pretty here. I mean, right there's a bench. And I'm just gonna sit over here for a little bit, enjoy the view. So, you know, sometimes I'm like, why do I do this? And then I get to places like this. So that should be West Virginia. And then there's where we're gonna go. Then over there, those mountains are Virginia. Oh goodness. So I walked away from the Brycefield Shelter a little bit. So now I'm looking over at Virginia, and I believe the Pearisburg area. And I think that hill there is the mountain that we came down that had like the Angel's Rest Rock, and like there's a view overlooking Pearisburg that's really pretty. Me and Stray Cat did, I think last year. Yeah, I think the AT rides along that ridge, but you know what? I never know for sure. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. I just want to show you how overgrown this trail is. I put more bug spray. This is kind of cool over here. There's like a little bit of a sea. Oh, look at that big old bird. So I found 2 ticks when I was at the field. One was on my bag and one was on me. So I did put more bug spray on, but oh my gosh, it's really overgrown. Whew. Well, gotta love that white blaze, huh? Cheers to being on top of the world. Oh my goodness. I'm tired. Look how pretty though. So I found the campsite. I've got my stuff laid down. I just have to figure out where the spring is even at. There's no blue blazing here. And far out just says there's a campsite to the north and a spring just below the trail. So there's, I don't know. I'm gonna look around a little bit though. Okay, so it took me a while, but I found where the water is. There's, this trail is so badly marked that I was thinking this was the AT, so I didn't even go down it. But there's 2 trees with like blue tape on them. You walk on the path that's in between those trees, you'll be going downhill. I don't know if it's not flowing, it's dripping. Well, we'll figure it out. Let me show you. Let's see. Here we go, it's flowing. It's just barely, see that? Okay, that is probably the most perfect bear hang I've ever done, but it probably took me an hour to get the dumb rope over the tree. The tree's up there. All right, so it's like 4:30, but I've got everything done, and I'm gonna try to clean off and put on some pajamas and try to just lay down. After I took like an hour to do my bear hang and make sure that everything was put in there, I walked behind my tent. Someone just left all their trash behind my tent, so there's like literally food right next to me, or food wrappers. So I don't really have, I don't know, that makes me mad. I pick up trash sometimes, but it's an awful lot. I don't know that I could lug all that out. Good night. Thanks for watching.